The time is 11:31 a.m. on October 26, 2009, and this is tape number 2.
Mr. Conte, I'd like to go back to an issue that was raised on, I guess it was Thursday, about your computers crashing. I think you said you had your computer crash 3 times?
That's an approximate 3 or 4 times.
And do you recall when these crashes took place?
No, not specifically.
Oh. Do you recall what, if any, steps you took after the computers were crashed?
Sometimes my ex-brother-in-law was able to retrieve stuff, and sometimes not.
What's his name? Jeff
Eckhart.
And you don't know where we can reach him?
He lives in I believe, Mountain View. Benz, when we came here, you took it another direction with settlement talks. I did write down his phone number. I got it and bring it, but I forgot today. So if you want, I'll give it to Tom, and he can give it to you.
Okay, fine. Did you ever let's talk about the first of these crashes. Where was the computer located?
I don't know the specifics. There was always the computer was located at my house.
Okay. And when you say it crashed, what does that mean?
Wouldn't boot up.
Just wouldn't boot up. And this happened to you 4 times out of how many?
I said 3 or 4 times over a period of probably a couple years.
And did you then buy new computers?
Eventually, yes, I did.
Well, how many new computers?
Could have been 1 or 2.
Okay. And your testimony is that everything you had on your hard drives were wiped out when they crashed?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you go in and hire any professional company?
As I mentioned, Jeff, during that time, he's now moved on, but during that time he worked for Yahoo as a computer engineer, and so he did the work, and yes, he was paid, and we do have canceled checks for that.
Okay, I'd ask that those be produced. And that would help you, I take it, recall when the computers broke?
It may, depending upon what the dates are on the check and what notations there were, yes.
When was the last time your computer failed?
Not that long ago.
Well,
within the last 3 months, and fortunately my daughter actually was able to get it back up and going.
Okay, and kept all the materials?
I believe she did.
Okay, and prior to that?
There was at least twice where I lost everything.
When was the first time that you lost everything?
I don't recall specifically.
Not so specifically, then, your best recollection?
It's been within the last few years.
Okay. How about in the last year, have you lost all of your data?
Yes.
Okay, when was that?
I'm guessing in the spring, early summer.
Of this year?
Yes.
Okay. Prior to after you had lost, you'd gone through in the past, am I correct, a situation where you lost your data, right?
Yes.
Did you at that point then take steps to create a system where you would back up your data?
Yes, in fact, Jeff went with me and we bought a new computer, and he advised me, and I did buy a backup drive, and at that time we hooked it up, and what happened was that I never did back it up, even though I had the backup system. I didn't back it up.
Okay.
It was a procedure, and it was too complicated for me. I'm not a real computer wizard. And even though I did buy it and have it hooked up, I never did run the program, so I lost.
When did you buy that computer?
I don't know. I have to look at the receipts from Best Buy.
Did you throw out your computers, the ones that went bad?
I don't recall what happened to them. I think they may have reformatted the hard drive, wiped it clean, and possibly someone else may have got it.
Okay. I would just ask that, to the extent Mr. Conte has these computers, that you instruct him not to get rid of them because we're going to make an application to have a computer expert go through them and ascertain what's on them. Let's make this the next exhibit.
Exhibit 28.
As of January, looking at this exhibit, as of January 1st, 2008, was your snack business bringing in $300,000 a month?
Bringing in, I'm sorry, how much?
$300,000 a month?
There may have been a month where the sales were in that neighborhood, not consistently averaging that amount.
Did you tell, had you, as of January of 2008, had you bought a new silver Bentley Continental?
No. I leased a Bentley,
But did you?
and it was not new, and I never told anyone I bought it.
You never told anyone you bought it? You never told anyone that it was not new?
No, I did
Okay.
not.
And as of 2008, had snack sales increased from 20% over 2006?
There was definitely an increase. I'm not sure the exact amount, but it was increased over 2006.
Well,
2006 is the year that I was in the prison camp, and sales were down that year, and it did increase in 2007, yes.
and was Zemer sales stronger than ever as of beginning of 2008?
As strong as ever. I don't know the strongest, but they were consistent with more than 2006 and consistent with any period in the past.
So, to go back to the top of this, the person who wrote that you had bought a new silver Bentley Continental GT this year made that up.
Objection. What contest? This is a message board?
No, but there are I will tell you there are other articles also. I mean, I can go through them.
Okay, he's testified that he leased the car.
Did you ever tell anyone that you'd bought a Bentley?
No, I did not.
Okay. Now, by the way, when you were, when was the first time you gave steroids to any athlete?
I believe it was the beginning of 2000.
Okay. And prior to that, you had worked with many professional athletes, right?
Yes.
You had done detailed analysis, blood and urine work for them?
Yes.
You had designed specific programs for them that were uniquely tied to what their blood and urine chemistry showed?
Yes.
You believed that in doing so you would be able to improve their time for recovery?
Depends upon the findings. If there were depletions and deficiencies and those were corrected, the answer would be yes.
Do you think you would be able to do things that would make them stronger depending upon the findings?
Once again, depending upon the findings, the answer would be yes.
Okay. And you had prior to 2000, many celebrities who were endorsing their success with you, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, if you had come to Balco in, say, the year 2000, before you were dealing with any steroids, one would find the walls lined with pictures of very famous athletes who were Balco clients, correct?
That's correct.